Welcome, and thank you for joining me for this new video. If you are new here, my name is Chrissy, and as you can tell in the title, this is a book haul. From time to time, I do hauls on my channel. Mostly, I speak about books that I've read and other book-related bookish topics. Um, and I do occasionally unbag Ipsy bags if you're interested in that as well. I do have a playlist, so that happens from time to time. But again, today is a book haul, and these are just a couple of books that I'll be sharing with you today. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm gonna begin with this little pile right here. These were gifts I received for Christmas, and I'm always happy to receive books as gifts. So the first couple of books are paperback. These were gifted to me by my husband. Um, this one, this is The Littlest Library by Poppy Alexander. I'm not familiar with this author, but I came across this book as I was just browsing on target.com, as I do from time to time. I really was interested in what the book was about. So this book is about Jess Metcalf. She works at her local library, and her grandmother passes away, and her life kind of falls into disarray. And so she moves to the countryside, and she comes across this red phone book, and she starts thinking about her position at the local library. And so, missing her little library, she comes up with this idea of turning this little red phone book into a little library. So I found that very interesting. I love books about books. I love books about libraries. I've always loved those little free libraries, which, speaking of, I received a little library for my birthday. And if you want to see, I have a little short video. I will pop a link up here if you want to see that video, but I was happy to receive that as a birthday gift from my husband. So if you want to know more about that, just click on the link. So this book was definitely something I wanted to read. Like I said, I just love books about books and bookstores and libraries. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading this soon, hopefully. I haven't done much reading recently. It's just been very chaotic, but I'm happy that I have a lot of material to go through once I can begin reading again. The next book I'm sharing with you today is The Lost Memoirs of Jane Austen. And this novel is by Sorrel James. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is a historical fiction, a reimagining of Jane Austen's life, where we learn a chest is discovered in an attic, and there is some memoirs of Jane Austen that have been discovered after 100 years. And we learn about this affair that was life-changing for Miss Austen, and how it affected her body of work, and speaks about her intimate life, her private life, and romantic life. As a fan of Jane Austen, I was very curious to read this, and I love reading historical fiction, and of course, throw Jane Austen in the mix, and that's a perfect novel for me, so I was very happy to receive that as well. Lastly, I received this big edition, the Harry Potter or Order of the Phoenix illustrated edition. I received this from my son, who he's gifted me, I believe, 3 other volumes of the illustrated editions of Harry Potter. I have the first 3, and this one I believe is the 5th book. It's been a while since I've read the series, so yes, I think this one is the 5th book. I don't have the Goblet of Fire, but I really like the illustrations in this book. It's quite heavy, as you can tell. I am having difficulty holding this up for you, but it's filled with a lot of wonderful illustrations, and I'm looking forward to diving back into these books. Not sure if I'll start in order. My plans were to do that, but last year I never got to it. I started the first book, and I think I only got a few pages into the first chapter, and that's where I kind of paused and I never went back. But I think it is better to start from the beginning, but I mean, since I've already read the whole series before, I think I could just do one at a time in different orders. I don't think it would matter too much at this point for me, but we'll just have to see. So those are the books I was gifted for Christmas. Now I want to share some books that I just purchased and received. So I have this copy of Mockingjay. This is the 3rd book, I believe, in the Hunger Games series by Suzanne. I've never read any of the books. So this is the 3rd, I believe, book in the series. I've not read the first 2. I've not seen the movie. I don't know anything about this, just that I believe it's fantasy. I'm not sure. I don't believe that I could probably start at the last book. So I would have to probably start at the beginning. But I received this from my son. It was just, he was purchasing books, I guess, and got an extra copy, so he gave this to me. So now for the books that I actually purchased, I'm going to start off with my half-price book bag. I got these, I don't remember which, and they're still in the bag. So if you're not familiar with half-price bookstores, they are a resale shop, but they do sell new books as well. But for the most part, I tend to get a lot of used books there, and they're mostly in really good condition, depending. So I really like to visit from time to time to see what I can find. Mostly I'm always looking, I'm on the lookout for Jane Austen editions of her books. I don't have all the novels in my possession. At one point in time I did have all the novels, but I did a giveaway, and so now I just have a couple of the books, and my hope is to find editions that I really like of all her novels. So hence my visits to Half Price Bookstore. But from time to time I do find other books that I enjoy. So I got this lovely little book, A Wrinkle in Time. I was quite taken with the cover. We did own this book. Well, we did own it, but that went into my little free library. But that was a more modern cover. It actually was the cover from the movie, which I did see. I've never really finished this book. My son was reading it in middle school, and he was doing like a read along, but he had to complete his assignment, so he finished it off on his own. So I really wanted to finish this book for myself, and I thought this cover was quite lovely. For $3.49. I thought that was a pretty good deal. It was originally $8.99. The next book that I picked up is The Apothecary by Meloy. Meloy. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right. I do apologize if I butchered it. I started reading this on my Libby app and got pretty invested at the very beginning. So while I was at the store when I saw this copy, I decided to pick it up because I was enjoying the book, and I did have to return it before I finished. I thought $4.49 was a pretty good price for this copy. So I figured I'd pick this book up since I really did enjoy the book, and I did have to return it. It does have illustrations, so I thought it was a pretty good deal for $4.49. The original price was $7.99. But that's all that I have from that trip to Half Price Bookstore. I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with Dollar Tree. It is a store that sells most of their products for $1.25. They do carry books, and from time to time I have found some pretty neat gems. So today I found two that I purchased. One I actually have seen on my Libby app. This one I actually have seen on my Libby app, so I was quite surprised to find it at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. And I think that's a pretty good deal for a brand new book. So I thought I'd scoop this one up. Not sure if I'm saying the author's name right. Sonya, Lalli. I apologize if I'm butchering it. Serena Singh flips the script. Really don't know too much about this book. I think it's a romance novel, which is not really my genre. But I'm willing to give it a try. And just see how it goes. I probably will be donating this to my little free library in the future. So the last book that I purchased is North of Happy by Alsaid. Or I hope I didn't butcher that too badly. I don't know anything about this book as well, so I'm just gonna read you a little bit from the back of the cover. I really don't know much about this book either, but I did read a little bit of the back cover, which is why I decided to pick it up. So I'm just gonna peruse this back cover real quick just to remind myself what I actually read. But it looks like this book is about Carlos Portillo. He lives a privileged life in Mexico City, and he comes from a wealthy family, but when his brother passes away, his life he has like a life altering decision and decides to run away to the US to pursue his dream of being a chef, I believe. And then it kind of takes a turn for like a romance novel because it talks about him falling for his boss's daughter, which can kind of put a damper on his career before it starts. So yeah, it's just pretty much a romance novel, I believe. For $2.50 for these two books, I don't really think that's so bad, and eventually they will be going into my little free library so that others can enjoy. Like I said, I'm not a huge I'm not really into romance. So that's pretty much all I have for you today in this haul video. I hope you did enjoy the books that I presented. I'm looking forward to reading them all. I don't know how long that's going to take me. And eventually I do believe that a few of those will be going into the little free library so that others can enjoy them as well. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that like button and possibly decide to return for more videos such as this. I would appreciate immensely. It will help out my channel. But if not, no worries. I appreciate your viewership all the same. And until next time, take care. God bless. See you soon. Bye.